What's up? I'm Cliff Chance, and I'm here to answer the question: is it any good? Yesterday, I had the chance to see the feature creature Crawl. It's a movie about two people trapped in a house while alligators are all around it, and a couple are actually already in the house. They came in through a river access pipe into the crawl space of the house, which is why it's called Crawl. The main characters are Haley. She's played by Kaya. I'm not going to even try to pronounce her last name because I'll completely destroy it. She was in the last Pirates of the Caribbean movie, but Haley is a college swimmer from the University of Florida. She gets a call from another sister to go check on their stubborn dad, as they're pretty sure he's trying to ride out the hurricane. So she travels to her hometown, more in central Florida, I guess, a couple hours away from Gainesville, and finds him unconscious in the crawl space of their old house. And then they get trapped get trapped by a couple of alligators while this hurricane's coming in. The dad's played by Barry Pepper. First of all, let's just get into the good of the movie. The suspense of this movie is very well done. Several times, I mean, it just feeds on different fears you might have, whether it be claustrophobia, whether it be being close to a hurricane, or even being trapped somewhere with a killer animal. But like each time they solve a problem, a new one emerges, so it keeps you going all the way from the time it starts to the time it ends. There are a few times where it kind of slows up a little bit for them to. The characters are a father-daughter that are fighting with each other, so they try to reconcile their relationship a couple times. But those scenes don't last long, and the next thing you know, you're right back into the suspense of the movie. The gore of this movie, I'm not a big fan of gore. I hate when movies do, like the Saw movies, when they just do gore for the sake of gore. They do it very well with this one, though. It's believable. It's not over the top. There are a few injuries that are going to make you kind of squirm in your seat. Is that the right word? I don't know. But there are a few times when you're like, ugh. But for the most part, it's very believable. It allows you to see what kind of injuries they are sustaining while they're trapped. The main characters, they do a very good job playing this father-daughter that are fighting. You believe the tension between them. You believe that they're trapped in this house. They do a good job throughout the entire movie. Even though their characters make some stupid decisions at times. The last thing that I really enjoyed about this movie, the hurricane effects were very well done. You believe that they were trapped in this Category 5 hurricane. The wind's going outside. I mean, for the most part, they focus on them in the house. But when they do go outside, you believe that there's a hurricane happening. Which is kind of good for the hurricane, but then I think they put all their time and effort into the hurricane, because the CGI of the alligators is very inconsistent. Sometimes when it's just them in the crawl space, yeah, they look real. But then when it's them with other elements of what's happening outside, they're not as real. It's not as, like, Sharknado bad, but there are times when you're like, okay, that's definitely not a real alligator right there. I mean, not that any of them were. But for me, the biggest problem for this movie were the injuries that they sustained. They were just completely over the top. I don't know a lot about alligators, but I'm pretty sure if one grasps onto your body part, that body part, either you're losing it or it just becomes useless. The dad especially survived some injuries that you're just like, come on. Like, really? But like one injury that happens at the beginning, so it's not a major spoiler, and it's actually in the preview, but alligator grabs the daughter by the leg and drags her. Well, a few minutes later, she's running on that leg, and I'm pretty sure that's not how that works. But all in all, the conclusion for this, I did enjoy it. I remember when I saw the trailer, I thought this movie looked stupid. I was not looking forward to seeing it, and I was pleasantly surprised by it. It does keep you on the edge of your seat. It feeds into different fears you might have, as I said earlier. It's an enjoyable, entertaining summer movie. But the injuries that they sustain in this, or the injuries that occur in this movie that they survive, is going to hurt a little bit. My final rating for this movie is 7 out of 10. Let me know what you guys thought about it in the comments below. Subscribe to the channel. Is it any good? And I'm Cliff Chance. Thank you.